Kevin C. Cox, Getty Images Jurgen Klinsmann is searching for answers, and needs to find them quickly. There's no positive spin to put on this result. On Friday night, the United States lost a competitive soccer match to Guatemala for the first time since the Reagan Administration, a streak that had lasted 21 games over a 28-year span. An ugly start saw the U.S. trailing 2-0 after 15 minutes in one of its poorest played halves in recent memory. Away qualifiers in Central America are notoriously challenging. This is well established, but a draw was always the minimum acceptable result in Guatemala. To drop all 3 points, to get shut out, and to play so tactically poor is beyond alarming. It's entirely unacceptable for a United States team. Losses versus CONCACAF opponents are mounting, and Jurgen Klinsmann is struggling to stop it. Here's what we learned. Klinsmann continues to outsmart himself. There's tinkering, and then there are Jurgen Klinsmann's lineups. Playing guys out of position has been a hallmark of the Klinsmann era. You cannot predict his starting sheet, but you can predict it will only make sense to one person, Jurgen Klinsmann. Let's review the latest selection, shall we? Alejandro Bedoya is enjoying one of his best club seasons, excelling in his preferred central midfield role for Nantes, and occasionally on the right. Last night, naturally, he started on the left. DeAndre Yedlin's entire club career has been as a right-back. He's lucked down a starting role as a right-back in the Premier League. Last night, of course, he started at right midfield. Geoff Cameron's best and preferred position is in the middle. He's excelled at centre-back of late for Stoke City. He's also comfortable in a CDM role. Last night he started at right-back. Michael Orozco has played 0 Liga minutes for Tijuana since November 0. He's instead been featuring for the Xolos U20 side on occasion. Last night he started at centre-back for the United States in a World Cup qualifying match. It's true, there are even pictures to prove it. Mixed Diskerud. We'll get to that in a minute. Combine all this with a starting left-back in Edgar Castillo who hadn't been called up in 2 years. And it's no small wonder that poor communication and unfamiliarity across the entire defense were significant problems. When the majority of your starting lineup is asked to perform a job it is not accustomed to doing, you're no longer thinking outside the box. You're dousing the box in gasoline, flicking a match, then acting surprised when it burns. Mix underneath Bradley doesn't work and needs to stop. The most glaring tactical failure of the night was in central midfield. We've seen this combination trotted out before.